So runs like that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Off play action. Buys a little time. Got out of trouble and throws. Ball in the air. Intercepted. Running through contact. Touchdown, Duke. A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game.
That makes the score 2-7.
They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick 6. From inside the 10, here he comes. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Guys, let's see how it goes this time for the Kent State offense. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen. So you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Right back to the well. Just willed his way for a couple out to the 35.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. As the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
These are the types of plays where offenses impose their will. 3rd and short from the 45. They'll try to get the first through the air. Pressure coming. He's going to take off. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, just nowhere to go there, and it started in the pocket. It was collapsing. Quarterback felt it, so he tried to get outside, make something happen himself, but give the defense tons of credit. Excellent job in pursuit. They're able to give up no gain.
The give and the run on 4th down. The Golden Flashes have a first down.
You know, college football is so much about emotion and momentum and trying to find parts of games where you can grab it. How about going for it on 4th down on your own end of the field early like that and coming away with the first? That's huge.
They're getting this guy lathered up. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
All right, well, look, I know the defense was feeling real good about their run D coming into this one and how they've been playing up to this point, but finally, David, the offense breaks through and they finally generate something positive on the ground.
And I can't tell you how easy it is. When you're going to throw the ball consistently, and I know it, I'm going to pin my ears back, and I'm going to get to the quarterback. It makes life really easy on the defensive line. But when you can have balance, now the defense doesn't know what's coming. They need more of this if they're going to be successful on offense.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. Power football with the run. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to him, and it forced the incompletion.
After the 2nd down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, wants to pass. coming after him. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
That is a gut punch if you're the offense because they're in dime personnel. They're only rushing 4 guys. You've got 5 offensive linemen. You've got the option of bringing other people in to help give your QB time. And this offense, not good enough.
He'll get it out to about the 20-yard line, and that's where they'll mark him down. The offense lining up for a first down play. They'll try the run. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
You see all this movement in football now, all the stemming, the defensive line, they're sliding right before the snap, creating confusion for the offensive line. Then they're moving back and stunting. Really good job by the defense. Continue to move, continue to stunt, continue to get in the backfield and make this life hard on this running back.
Picks his way ahead, pick up of 3, and gets it to the 20-yard line.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He'll throw one to his right. Pulls it in. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on third down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
And he's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game, so you definitely want to highlight it, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him, he'll make those contested catches.
And the Blue Devils with the 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Wants to throw. It's Madden. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. The critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
And the ball hits at the 3 and gets into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Guys, let's see how it goes this time for the Kent State offense. I can't think of anything that frustrates an offensive coordinator more than holding the ball a long time and having no points to show for it. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
Pushes ahead for 2. They'll mark it at the 17. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Quarterback extends the play. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. And the golden flashes will send out the punt unit. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. So from the shadow of his goalpost, he gets the punt away. Not going to get a chance to field that one, and the punt will bounce out of bounds. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there.
I'll say this, man, in college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackling.
Intercepted. Never had a chance to get rolling after the pick, but he gives them the ball in prime field position at the 40.
It's so nice to see defenders squeeze that pigskin. A lot of times, in great position, you see them there to make the play, but there's a reason they play defense. Not this time. Great job securing the interception.
Guys, let's see how it goes this time for the Kent State offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm. Got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here, Pump.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Quarterback checking the play. He's looking for an open man on 2nd down. Escapes the sack. Trying to make magic with his feet. They get him down after the scramble, but he's able to pick up a few and turn it into a positive play.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
The RPO, it's complete. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we have ourselves a ball game, and they have a chance to take the lead here before the half. The Golden Flashes send out the punt unit. Oh, the fake, the up man looking for room. They'll stop him short, and they had it sniffed out from the beginning.
And obviously you're trying to catch him off guard, but it didn't work. I'm not a fan of fake punts. I'd rather put my offense on the field and guys that do this for a living all the time and are really good at it, but tried the sneak attack, and it did not work.
They'll run the screen. He makes the stop, but a nice pickup there on 1st down. Leaves them in 2nd and manageable. The Blue Devils headed quickly to the line. Looking for a crease. It's Wade. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the 1st down.
And this is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that 1st down.
From inside the 40 at the 37, it's 1st down. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays, but sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well, but if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a pass.
Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
This was one of the keys to the game. Could this quarterback, could he extend plays and then make throws in scramble situations? That time, the defense was able to get to him and bring him down for a huge loss.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half.
Nice play design on that one. You make it easy for your quarterback, too, because it's easy to see what's happening right in front of you. Over the middle of the field, you can see where defenders are dropping. You can see where the soft spots are in zone coverage. And just a really nice job by the QB locating his guy and making an accurate play.
Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. To throw, it's Madden. Throws for the tight end. Touchdown, Blue Devils! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board. Lining up to add another. Field shrinks, tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it put that way, but you're dang right. That guy is so big. A lot of times you get a DB matched up on him. He can just post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.
So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. That might be overdoing it, keeping it away from the return man as the kickoff goes out of bounds. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The offense set for a first down play. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Man, the defense smells blood in the water. You can tell. They're getting to this quarterback over and over and over. They've already sacked him a couple times. They're just winning up front. They almost got another sack on that last play.
They're bringing heat. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. This is a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Lofts one high and deep. Fires it into a crowd, and it's picked off. And he's dragged down after the interception, and that's how we'll close out the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. The kickoff team out there set to boot it away.
Number 12, set to kick it away.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner is stopped. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the 3rd. They stop him just a link or 2 short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here.
Man, when I can run the football like that on first down and create 2nd and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football. And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
Got room at the 35. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
And that's just a great individual effort by the wide receiver. He catches this ball way short of the sticks, but because he's able to make the defender miss, now he's able to get the extra yards and turn that into an explosive play.
Looking deep. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
It's a nice job by the defense turning the page. You just gave up an explosive play. Now you got to come right back with tempo, and a nice job in the back end covering to force that incompletion.
2nd and 10 after the previous play. He'll do it himself. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
Well, good decision there by the QB. A little zone read action. He reads the defensive end, crashing down, keeps it himself, gets a nice chunk of yards.
And when you do that, you just sort of get the drive going or keep it going, as the case may be.
It's amazing in college football now how big of a part of each offense the zone read has become. As we're seeing more and more athletic quarterbacks on rosters now, that is a staple of the sport.
And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it's a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion. Move the sticks.
Quickly out to the tight end. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the 1st down on the throw and catch. Really good patience and recognition. And how about the tight end just finding the hole and settling and waiting until the quarterback saw it?
And the play completely changes. Once my QB gets outside the pocket, I got to see it, and I got to start working towards him, or if I'm near him, working away. Nice job being on the same page, getting the 1st down.
For a wide receiver screen to work, you've got to have better blocking out in front by other receivers, and they're just not physical enough at the point on that last play.
Steps to his left, out of the pocket. And he will wisely throw it to the kid playing the tuba.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this 1st down.
They couldn't connect on 2nd down, now staring at a 3rd and 9. Looking downfield, it's Madden. On the move, he fires. Oh, and it's a pick. He threw it right into the double coverage. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Man, this is how we do it. Defensively, you go into halftime, you make adjustments, you talk about, we've seen them do this, we've seen them do that. Let's get ready for it. Let's have a plan. Plan executed. You could tell they knew what was coming, did a great job defensively, forcing an interception right out the gates to start the 2nd half.
Guys, let's see how it goes this time for the Kent State offense. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field to score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I'd have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Looking for space. It's Armour. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the 1st down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the 1st.
Getting some heat. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
Of 9 on the play. Brings up 2nd down.
So now they'll try to mitigate that disaster on 2nd down from the 15. Now the play fake. He lost it high and deep down the left side. And he's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been up to speed. His 3rd interception. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. And boy, they missed an opportunity last time throwing that pick in the red zone, David.
Yeah, and you got to put that frustration behind you. You can't turn it over. That's a Cardinals.
Running toward the tape. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. Love to see the fearlessness of a quarterback to work the middle of the field.
And he's got so much confidence in his own arm talent to be able to get that football there before the defense can break it up.
Got him downfield. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
Hey, it's important on offense in the passing game. You've got to have balance, and I mean you got to be able to attack different thirds of the field. You got to work the perimeter to both sides. You got to let the defense know, too, that you're not afraid to go over the middle. They did right there.
Towards the receiver is incomplete. Brings up
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Back to throw, it's Madden. They're trying to get to him. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Duke. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. The offense strikes again to extend its lead here in the second half.
And they got everything working. How great is this? You extend your lead. Now you get your defense back on the field. Great job taking advantage of the situation and building on that lead.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Guys, let's see how it goes this time for the Kent State offense. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a lead. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
This quarterback is thinking to himself, I need to get an NIL deal at some restaurant so I can take my offensive line out and feed them more, because I don't think they like me very much right now. I've been sacked 6 times in this game. It's time to get that new NIL deal paycheck.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
loses 1. Third down coming up. That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Duke 21, Kent State 0.
Now facing a third down as they line up after the break. He's looking downfield to throw. Slings it. And you'd like to think this sophomore wouldn't make a habit of trying to force passes into double coverage like that. And the Golden Flashes will line up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He'll field the punt and take it back. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oak. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. There have been few obstacles for this offense as they are starting to pull away here in the second half, Jesse.
And this has been a dream game for this play caller too, right? It's like anything that he's calling is working flawlessly.
Yeah, it's fun to be the offensive coordinator, but not the defensive coordinator. They have had no answers. It's been an absolutely miserable day trying to solve the riddle of this offense.
Looking to throw, it's Madden. And here's the third interception of the night. Got room on the return. He's out of bounds, showing off the hands on the pick, and then the nifty moves on a terrific return.
So you're saying there's a chance, Reese. I know it's not a big chance, but you got the ball back now. Maybe your offense can get hot. You can create some turnovers, maybe get an onside kick. Who knows? I'm saying there's a chance.
Caught behind the line. It's Armour. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score.
Here's the deal. You're down 3 possessions. You know, it doesn't feel likely they're going to come back and win, but we've seen crazier stuff happen in college football. It all starts with a big completion on a 2-minute drive. They'll get the momentum started in your direction.
Dialing up a second down pass play. Got it. And he will score. Touchdown, Golden Flashes. The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. USC is currently ahead early in this one inside the Coliseum. But unlike the days of Reggie Bush and Matt Leinart, they just haven't been able to pull away. They're up by 10 over New Mexico. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. The give to the back. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And it's slipped out. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it.
And this is one of those where you go, ooh, you start to breathe a little deeper on the sidelines. You felt really, really comfortable having the big lead, +2 possessions in the fourth quarter. But now, you gave the ball back, and you put yourself in a position where you're going to have to earn it a little bit more now.
Movement here from the tight end. The give out of the gun. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Golden Flashes want to crank the tempo. On 2nd down, looking again to throw. He'll pull it down and run. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play.
Quarterbacks have a hard job. They got to drop back and try to see the whole field and then see the rush coming to him. But you could tell he did a really good job scrambling outside the pocket, improvising, making a play with his feet, and then getting the first down.
Looking to the big tight end. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
The offense has got to find something here in the fourth quarter. You can tell pressing a little bit. They need that big play. They want that big play to try to make this game a better ball game. Took the shot, unsuccessful, but I wouldn't be surprised if they take some more of those.
It's a nice game, but the big theme here is they just haven't been able to get the run game going on offense. They've been very one-dimensional. They're just not being physical enough at the point of attack.
It's a makeable field goal from the 29-yard line. Let's see how aggressive they are on 3rd and long. He wants to throw it. They're setting up the screen. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks.
And even though they're trailing here in the fourth quarter, they've got a quarterback that can bring them back, but they need him now to play his A-plus level of football. We saw a nice completion on that last 3rd down. Let's see if he can keep it going.
They'll throw it on 1st down. Quickly complete. Makes a catch and knocked down. And the Golden Flashes have moved it inside the 20. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Wants to fire on 2nd down. They're working that left side. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked. Reels
it in the end zone. Touchdown, Kent State. Before that score, considering last rites, now all of a sudden, they're not dead yet. In fact, they're feeling much better, and they're alive, and they've got a chance.
And I'm looking on the field right now. I'm looking at their sideline. They're energized, Reese. After that last score, all of a sudden, they believe they can come back and win this game. This is a totally different-looking team than what we saw earlier.
Looking to throw. He's got it in the end zone for the 2 as they draw a little closer. So that drive covered just 44 yards. And they capped the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. They're lining up to boot it away. And no chance at a return. Here they'll start this drive at their own 25. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They could make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute and you've got to lock in.
After the 9-yard pickup on first down, here's 2nd and 1. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. They want that clock to run. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, Duke.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. On the ground, it's Wade. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Here they come, facing 3rd and long from the 40. Looking to throw, it's Madden. Flushed out of the pocket. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down.
And what a big conversion by the offense there. With the lead late, you're just trying to stay on the field and bleed the clock. At this point, it's tick, 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 tick. Let's run this clock down as low as we can before we snap it.
Well, this is kind of weird. They're not even going to try to run a play. And the quarterback takes a knee. They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd.
Well, the offense is sending a very clear message. They didn't hit that play, but they've shown they've got the quarterback with the arm talent, and they've got the wide receivers with the speed. They are going to try and take shots and take the top off this defense. So if you're the secondary on defense, you know right now you're going to be in your back pedal. You're going to be turning and running a lot throughout the course of this game.
And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd.
And that is a frustrating possession for this offense. You wanted to run the football, maybe take some time. You did the opposite. Got in a bad situation, threw the football, stopped the clock. Not how you...
Oh, trickeration, he wants to throw. And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turnover.
That's what I'm talking about. What a clutch play. You had to have a play on defense. You needed to get the ball back to your offense, forcing the interception, forcing them to throw the football late in the game. Nice job by this defense. Let's give the offense a turn.
Guys, let's see how it goes this time for the Kent State offense. There's plenty of time to work with here, but they have to be highly efficient in their attack, Jesse.
So it comes down to the quarterback position too, Reese. Don't let the moment get too big. Play within yourself, David, because this guy's practiced this situation before.
No doubt. Use the sidelines. They're your friend. I don't have to take deep shots. Throw beyond the first down marker so I can stop that clock for a little bit and possibly use my timeouts.
And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to need a few plays now to get some of this momentum back. Remember, they had a massive lead earlier in the game, but that's dwindled now. And you wonder if they were just sleepwalking a little bit. They've got to step up now and play with some urgency.
Quarterback will audible. Wants to throw on 2nd down. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. Nothing but green grass down the middle. And he'll take it all the way. They couldn't bring him down. Touchdown, Golden
drive right there is exactly what you dream about. That's how you want your offense to perform. Under a clutch situation, you take the ball down the field, get the score, and now an extra point away from taking the lead late in this ball game.
They did need that extra point to take the lead, and now they have it here in the fourth. And that one ought to set us up for quite a finish. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. So the first order of business here, David, is don't knock yourself out of field goal range. He'll take a deep shot here. And man, oh man, he is in the dark tonight. His fourth interception.
That's a tough deal for the offense, right? When you're trailing, it's late in the game, you're having to throw the football. You're just trying to make something happen, and all gets away from the quarterback, ends up in the hands of a DB. Nice job by the defense.
Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. Winning can become a habit. Now they've won back-to-back games and probably building a little confidence.
And you want it to be a habit. That's what you talk about as a coach week after week. Let's build. Let's create momentum and continue to build on it. And then you look up at the end of the season, you never know where you could be, what dreams you could bring to reality.
At the end of the day, I think good teams find ways to win games. And over these